In this video, we're going to talk about rhythm, tempo, and timing. I think it's important to clarify what these terms mean, and the better you understand what they are and how and what they mean, the better it could possibly help you become a better, more consistent hitter. So, number one, let's go over the definitions. Number one, rhythm. Rhythm is what I consider any kind of pre-load movements. So, like while you're in your stance. Any kind of rhythmic move, whether it's like a barrel tip, kind of like a rocking of your weight, kind of back and forth, any kind of movement like that. It's going to vary, obviously, from hitter to hitter. There's no real one method to having like good rhythm. It's just having some kind of rhythm is typically always going to be beneficial. It could get to the point where maybe it's too much. I've definitely had players have too much movement going on where it ends up affecting the next piece, which is tempo. And so how I define tempo is from heel up to heel down. So the heel up being the beginning of your load move into your load, into the forward move, and then landing with the heel down in launch position. If you are able to start your load early enough, that allows you to be slower and smoother, and it can eliminate the feelings of being rushed, needing to rush to catch up to the pitch. So tempo is very, very important and directly is correlated and related to timing. So if you are rushing your tempo, there's a very good chance that your timing is going to be off. At least it doesn't mean that you can't get a hit or can't get the job done. It just means that you're not going to be in a consistent position to be able to be as successful and consistent as possible, right? So anyways, let's go back to rhythm. So looking at Mookie Betts here, you see these little movements right here. So there he got into his tempo, but if you look at these moves right here with the barrel, so how he kind of is tipping and kind of like wagging the barrel around a little bit. He has a little bit of movement with his elbows where he kind of like brings them in towards each other. So this is what I would call rhythm, having some rhythm in your pre-pitch preload stance. The importance of the rhythm is to, again, just keep you feeling loose and free, relaxed, and then, of course, to be able to transition you smoothly into your tempo phase, okay? And so then that's what you get into here. So then as he goes, you can see the heel kind of going up and down as part of his rhythm, and then he starts to posture down and then lift that front heel going into his load phase, which is also part of or within the tempo, right? And so now the heel up. And so if he is able to start before the pitch is released, is a rule of thumb. As long as he's starting before the ball has released the pitcher's hand, he's going to be in a good position to not have to rush to the ball, right? Or rush into that heel down, which would be your launch position. And so once he gets now through this tempo, nice and controlled and smooth, and he's landing in a strong launch position, okay, now this is the end of the tempo. Okay, if he rushed this move, there's going to be timing issues. But now, as long as he has like an approach, and Mookie does, I think he's definitely mentioned right center field or opposite field line drive as part of his approach. Now, from this point, he's going to have a really good opportunity to fire his swing and create good timing with his contact. When I say good timing, I don't mean that it has to be perfect. What I mean is that everybody has like a timing window, right? Where their bat is their barrel is in the zone for a period of time. If you can catch the ball at any point in that window, you are able to, in theory, right, hit the barrel. And if you hit the barrel, you are hitting the ball hard, and you're going to be able to do more damage and get the job done on a more regular basis. So good timing is more of a timing window where if you are in the window, it's in the window, therefore you have good timing. Okay. The tempo is a big piece, contributing factor to being able to be adjustable, right? So if I'm slower, more controlled with my tempo, I'm going to have a better chance at seeing the ball, recognizing it, and then therefore, making better decisions. Make better decisions. You're going to be able to square up the ball more often and allow the ball to get into your timing window, or sometimes I call it the kill zone. That's where you want to get that ball. The ball always has to be you always have to be able to let that ball travel to get into that kill zone where you can do the most damage. If we don't have an approach, it's very easy to start to want to reach out, try to go get it, and in which case can cause some tempo issues and cause some directional issues, and therefore timing issues and really inconsistent contact. So again, rhythm, pre-pitch, rhythmic movements pre-pitch keeps you loose, keeps you free, helps you transition smoothly into the load, which is part of the tempo phase, into landing. As long as we're landing controlled, we're not diving into the front foot, landing heavy. We're controlled all the way through with a good approach, and now we're going to have good timing, catching more balls in our kill zone, and therefore doing more damage over the course of a season. The key here is consistency. Okay, consistent with the approach, consistent with your tempo will lead to better timing. Often people they just seem to just talk about timing, like just be on time. Yeah, I get it. You want me to be on time. You also want me to catch the ball, make every single play. I get it. Of course, that's what I want too. But this is how you actually break it down and simplify. Be clear with the terms and what these little terms mean, because a lot of people do interchange these words around a lot. It doesn't make them wrong. It just means that it's confusing for the player that's hearing words interchangeably used for different reasons, different purposes. So hopefully this brought some clarification to you. Rhythm, tempo, and timing. Good rhythm, a little bit of rhythm in your stance, as well as some good, smooth, under control tempo, right? Your load into your landing position. That's going to lead to good timing with a good, solid approach to the opposite center field gap. Hopefully this was helpful. I'll see you in the next one. Are you a highly dedicated baseball or softball hitter that wants to play at the next level but understands that the mental game is the missing link and the key to your success and reaching your full potential, and you'd like my help? Then please go to the link in the description below and book a call to speak with me directly.